I'll go back into Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let's see, in verse 31. See, the Lord is talking to his people, talking about Jacob's seed. That's why I'm reading this chapter to y'all. Like Britain, France, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, Canada, all these places, all these nations, the white people. God is talking to y'all. It's what will happen to y'all if y'all turn away from God. The curse will come upon you. That's what I've been trying to show y'all. That's why the curse is coming upon on the United States, on the white people. See, them other nations, other people, the strangers getting above y'all. You see all in the White House. Just pay attention. The white man is not the leader no more in the White House. The other race, black people, other race of people taking control. The white man got to listen to them. See, they used to be the head. They're becoming the tail now. First shall be last and last shall be first. That's what I've been trying to show you. Because of your sin, our sin. That's the reason why. You're not obeying your Lord God. Not obeying God. Not keeping his commandment. That's why. God is removing you from authority, from power. And he's putting the black man, black women, especially the black women and other races in authority. See? That's why a lot of these like so-called radical left, the white people, they're coming against their own people to take control over the white people. See? We are divided. That's why they're giving all the authority to women and bringing that new world order. See, I never thought a time it could be like that the white people was going to turn against their own race. See, just to bring in that new world order. That's why they're doing it. But cause them to be destroyed. See, they're putting the women in charge. It could cause them to be destroyed. They won't solve that problem. They're disobeying God. God wants man to be the head. Supposed to teach young boys how to be leaders, to be the head. But now they want to do the opposite. Like I always did tell you, the devil always do the opposite of what God says. All right. In verse 39, it said, "Thou shalt plant vineyard and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes. For the worm shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thou olive shall cast her fruit." See, or cast her fruit like before time, before even ripe. All right, verse 41. "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity." See, they'll go into captivity. See, like now that's what it's all leading to. See, it used to be all a white man in charge in the White House. Go back 40, 50, 60 years ago, it was all white men. Now the women start coming in and taking over. That's God's doing because of your sin. You promote homosexuality, transgender, same-sex marriage, adultery, fornication. You don't stand up for the truth. Now the women are taking over. See? Look at everybody in law enforcement, all women in charge, women mayor, women chief of police and all that. All those cities used to be white men in charge in the United States. All those cities used to be white man mayor. I remember I was little coming up. Now one of them cities used to be women mayor and chief of police and all this. See, they're taking over governor and Congress. You see, in the White House and all senators and Congress and all that. There used to be no women in there. God removing the man from being an authority of this nation. He becoming the tail. You have to shut up and keep his mouth closed now, because the women is being in charge. See, he let women start voting. That's why the founding father didn't want women to vote. Now the women taking over him because of their sin. God warned them about that, what was going to happen to you. All right. All right. In verse, see, the children are going into captivity. Your children. All right, verse 42, it says, all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locusts consume. You see, it said, all thy trees and fruit of thy land shall locusts consume. See, that's what will happen. God telling you what will happen. All the curses will come upon you. Verse, and the people thinking that the white man think it's not for them, for this time. But the Bible is written for our admonition, for all generation. All of the generation that fall away from God, that disobey God. History repeat itself. All those nations, that's what God usually put on them. Famine, pestilence, diseases, different curses upon them. That's what God was giving the word to Moses, and Moses was giving the word to his people, Jacob 12 son, Israel. And Israel is the church in the last days, around the world. And it's for the natural branch too. That's who he's talking to. We are grafted into the branch. Let's go for the Gentile, that's so-called being Christian, all of us. All right, verse 43. It said, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. You see? God tell you what's going to happen. That's why they are coming down now. That's why the women are taking over in the White House. See? In Congress. And the mayor of the city, governors and all that. They are taking over. The women are taking over. The women got rule over. That's why the Bible said the women will rule over us and cause us to be destroyed. Destroy the way of thy path, the way of life. See? And they're supposed to be really be under the man and taking care of the children and leading them and guiding them. See? Now they don't want to obey their husband, the man no more. And it's causing them to be destroyed, and they can't see it. See, because of the love of money. It's the root of all evil. See? It said the strangers within thee, like the Gentile, like black people and Spanish people and Muslim people, all people from different race that coming over here going to take over the white man and the white women. See, they'll bring their children into slavery. That's what they're trying to do now. That's why about Black Lives Matter. They're taking over the white man. You see how they're throwing these men, police officer in jail now? When they try to arrest these guys, the guy resisting arrest, and the police officer have to sometimes kill them, shoot them. See? that didn't happen a long time ago. You know, they don't want to be obedient to black people in order to raise some of them. Most all the black boys, they don't want to be obedient to the police officer. That's why they be getting killed, but they don't want to tell you that on the news. The white people, you know, the radical white people, the New World Order people, is causing that. And the black people can't see. They don't know right from wrong, calling good evil, evil good. But you're supposed to obey. You know, we all know that. You're supposed to obey the police officer. They wouldn't get killed. See, just like that boy in Minnesota. He resisting the police officer, that woman police officer. You know, the police officer lady said you're gonna use the taser on her, and then found out she had the gun and shot him. Because he was trying to run away, get away. Everybody know you're not supposed to run away from the police officer. You're supposed to be obedient. But these lawyers, crooked, wicked people, they'll say that the officer is wrong. See, all the time the guy is wrong. He would be still alive today if he just ought to have been obedient. Long time ago, the black people was more godly. They didn't resist the police officer. That's why they didn't get killed. It's like when I was young coming up, we didn't try to fight the police officer or being disobedient. We do obey what the police officer said. We didn't have no problem. That's why none of us didn't get killed. See, the children now done left God. You know, they done brainwashed the people. The people of these women and stuff that is after money, these men of those children, men and women, father and mother, that's after money. Just to file a lawsuit and get money. That's all it is. That's why the Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil. They don't want to stand up for the truth. They're supposed to be teaching their sons and daughters to obey the police officer. That's what my mom and daddy used to do. You know right from wrong. Why you think you spank your child when they're doing wrong? Correct them. Everybody know that. These black people now, they don't have common sense anymore. They done left God. This is the problem. These lawyers, all of them, the whole nation, they don't stand up for the truth anymore. They call good evil, evil good. All right. See, the Bible tell you, they say, he shall, in verse 43 again, like I said, I'm going to read, it said, a stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high. See, God is talking to his people, the white people, Jacob's seed. And thou shalt come down very low. See, they're coming against the white. All those races are going to come against the white people. That's what they are doing now, just the beginning. They're going to bring them down very, very low. They're going to have no authority in this nation no more. And verse 44 says, He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. See, we're talking about the stranger shall lend to thee, and the Jacob seed will not lend to him. He shall be the head. See, the stranger will be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. See, God had done told you in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 13. You can go back and read it. It's in verse 13 said, and the Lord shall make thee the head. He talk about his people, Jacob's seed, the white people, Jacob 12 son, and shall not be the tail. You see, he said, the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that, you see, he said, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. You see what God said? That's what Moses was telling the people, as the word the Lord gave Moses to give to his people, Jacob's 12 sons. See how the white people are coming down now? But they can't see it, some of them. See? That's why I say, the Bible tell you, they say, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. And he shall be the head. See, the enemies will be the head. You know, the stranger over here, like the black people and other race, Central American people, and middle people from Middle East, all that. They're coming over here and they're going to take over the white people. They're going to be passing ruling in the White House and all that, in Congress and in Senate. You'll kick all these white men. While they're kicking them out now, they use sexual harassment, rape, discrimination, racism, all that they use. See, that's what they're using now against those police officers about racism. But they're not racist, and they're only doing their job. All right. And this can go to like Ezra 9 and 7 and Lamentation 1 and 5. But let's go to Lamentation 1 and 5 and turn to Lamentation 1 and 5. It says, the adversary or the chief, see, the adversary, the one that's against the white people, they're going to be the head, they're going to be ruling within the country. See, you see now they are ruling now. We're going to the White House now. But all the people not from other races, they're ruling. The white people is not ruling now. See, the white man have to shut up when they tell him to shut up. Her adversary or the chief, her enemies prosper. You see, they are enemies of the white people, and they are prospering. For the Lord had afflicted her for the multitude of her transgression. You see, her sin. Her children are gone into captivity before their enemies. You see, they're going into captivity. God are bringing his people into captivity. See, but they can't see that. See, it's what happened in the first Babylon that's going to happen again. You can see it happening right now to the white people. Not just in the U.S. and like in the Middle East, all those places too. It's happening in Europe too. They're coming down now, low. They're not being in authority no more. Not being the head. They're not ruling the other nation. The other nation ain't going to pay them no mind. And they're ruling in their own country. Other strangers ruling in the country. Like here. Like in Congress. In the White House. In the Senate. Taking over. That's why in the Supreme Court they're going to take over. That's why women get more women in the Supreme Court. That's why going to be over half of them going to be women in the Supreme Court. All right. Verse 45, I guess it's the last verse, said, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee. See, God said, all these curses will come upon thee, and shall overtake thee, and pursue thee. You see? It says, shall overtake thee until thou be destroyed. Because, see, God tell you because. He said, tell you because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandment and his statutes which he command thee. See, God tell you why. That's like I was saying. You're not keeping God's commandment. This is why this happens, why you're losing your power, your authority in this nation. You're not running this nation no more. The Gentiles are running this nation. And you can't see. You vote for the Gentile to be ruling over you. That's why they're taking over you and passing laws. And you can't stop it. Because all those other nations like Central America coming over here and they deceive these people. You know, the New World Order people, the white people, some of them for the New World Order. They come against their own people for the love of money. And the other race are ruling over them. See? For the one world government. The other race could be ruling over them. The white man won't be able to get in the office no more. Even the white women. The other race be getting in the office. That's what is happening now. You have to pay attention to white people. But this is what I wanted to bring to y'all. I'm just warning y'all what's coming. You know. So why, you know, it could be like in the first Babylon. It get worse and worse every year. Every time they have an election, all women be getting in office. You know, that's why, like I said, that's why the founding fathers didn't want women. They're a weaker vessel. They don't see, they don't think ahead. When one thing leads to another, it leads to them being destroyed in the long run. Their children. See, they think to put the women in the office, they think it's going to be better. But they don't think ahead. Women are a weaker vessel. Anybody can deceive them. Like in the beginning, Satan deceived Eve in the beginning. But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all, and that y'all white people need to think and think ahead for your children to do what's right. Obey your Lord thy God. Obey God and keep his commandment. Read God's word. So you can be leaders and not the tail. So you can be the head and not the tail. Now you're becoming the tail now. Just pay attention. They're putting all black people, it's like on television and everywhere. They're putting those black women. They show all the black women, commercial, everything. Just pay attention. Y'all don't pay attention. All them shows and all that. They're putting black women, black men, and other races over y'all. Pay attention. But that's, like I said, that's what I wanted to bring to y'all. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of his word.